Moses, from the river to the Red Sea. The full story. Today we walk through the life of one of the most consequential leaders in human history, a prophet, a liberator, a lawgiver. This is the complete story of Moses, his journey from a baby hidden in a basket to the man who shook an empire and carried a nation into destiny. The story begins during a dark time in Egypt. The Israelites, descendants of Jacob, had multiplied and become a threat to Pharaoh. To control them, Pharaoh ordered every Hebrew male baby to be killed. But one mother refused. Jochebed hid her child for 3 months, and when she could hide him no longer, she placed him in a basket and set it afloat on the Nile. Pharaoh's daughter discovered the baby, had compassion, and raised him as her own. His name was Moses, drawn out of the water. Even in infancy, his life was marked by divine strategy. Moses grew up in Egypt's royal courts, educated, trained, and groomed as a prince. But even in privilege, he could not ignore the suffering of his true people. One day, he saw an Egyptian beating a Hebrew slave. Moses intervened and killed the Egyptian. When the news spread, Pharaoh sought to kill Moses. Forced to run, Moses escaped into the desert toward Midian. Sometimes destiny starts with exile. In Midian, Moses built a quiet life. He married Zipporah, tended sheep, and stayed far from the pain of Egypt. But God was not done with him. On Mount Horeb, Moses saw a bush burning with fire, but not consumed. When he approached, God called his name, Moses, Moses. The Lord revealed his plan. I have heard the cry of my people. I am sending you to Pharaoh to bring them out. Moses hesitated, afraid, unsure, convinced he was not eloquent enough. But God answered, I will be with you. With a staff in his hand and a mandate from heaven, Moses returned to Egypt. Moses and his brother Aaron stood before Pharaoh with a bold declaration, Let my people go. Pharaoh refused. What followed became one of the most dramatic confrontations in Scripture. The 10 plagues, blood in the Nile, frogs, gnats, flies, disease on livestock, boils, hail, locusts, and darkness, and finally, judgment, the death of the firstborn. But God provided protection for Israel through the Passover, a lamb's blood marking every Hebrew home. Broken, Pharaoh relented. Israel's 430 years of bondage ended in one night. Israel journeyed out of Egypt with joy, but Pharaoh changed his mind and pursued them with chariots. Trapped between the Red Sea and the Egyptian army, the people panicked. Moses declared, Stand still and see the salvation of the Lord. He raised his staff. The waters parted. Israel crossed on dry ground, and when Egypt followed, the sea collapsed, ending